What is my best path to remediation? Do I fix the container? Do I fix the library? Which is the library that's going to give me the biggest bang for bucks? And if I can't fix it, can I deploy WAF rule or any rule that's going to enable me to do virtual patching? Only if that thing is actually running behind a WAF. So that is why the context is important. All of this is LLM, but LLM applied when we have the right people that knows the right context, that where we can tell to the right people, this is what you need to fix. There is no point of raising a WAF rule to a software engineer that doesn't have access to the WAF. So the three problems that we explored before are absolutely mandatory before we apply any LLM. And don't believe any other company that tells you LLM is going to fix everything else, and then we're going to apply the whole context, prioritization, attribution, because they're only going to try to solve one piece of the puzzle that is the last piece of the puzzle, not the first one. This you can even forget. You don't need this. But the first part you need. Prioritization, attribution, you absolutely need. This is just to accelerate vulnerability resolution and to help engineering team to 10x their time. But you need the first part. Otherwise, who are you going to raise the vulnerability to? Is that vulnerability even reachable? You've done an analysis of 300 vulnerability in a container that is in a repo or in an image or in a registry that is not even running. What's the point? Right? Why are we wasting tokens in an LLM to do an analysis that doesn't matter? And I know it sounds boring. I know it sounds not cool, but I'm trying to save you money and time and reputation, because as soon as we start telling engineers another answer, another false positive answer, we erode credibility. And that's what's hurting DevSecOps or security talking to engineers. We need to talk with clean data, and we need that collaboration to have clean data. So can we use AI now? Yes, we can. So what we did with the first problem, the researcher, is looking at, for the vulnerability where we don't have reliable data, can we understand the DNA characteristic of vulnerability that's going to turn into a ransomware attack, an exploitation? What are the things that turn something into an exploit? What are the patterns? What are the characteristics? What are the DNA analysis? Is this kit going to turn bad, or is this kit going to turn right? Right? So first of all, we need to solve a problem. It's a data problem. And we don't have enough data about vulnerability. We have CVE data, and then we have CTI, and we don't have anything in the middle to link these two things. So we take CVE, we go to MITRE through CWE, root cause analysis, threat impact, CAPEC, TTP, and then we're going to lead to threat actor. Those are basically trying to simplify this diagram. We're looking at the CVE, the vulnerability. What are the characteristics that this vulnerability has that threat actor is going to use? And then we start looking at, are there any characteristic of this vulnerability that are more likely to be used in particular data set? And it's going to become very apparent in a second. Now, CVE we have for container, we have for SCA, but for our code, we have CWE. So this methodology enable us and anybody that use this methodology to basically take a CTI-based or a threat-based approach, regardless if we're talking about patch a server or my code, is it going to turn into something that's going to be exploitable? So it gives a single language of exploitation. And this is what in security we've been talking about since forever. So an example of this journey is this one, and I'm going to give you access in a second. So if you want to test it, we are the only security company that has made their LLM and their agent available.